Welcome back, my fellow canon followers. Today we'll be recapping the most recent Canon Fodder article, issue 134, Forward Unto Dawn. With the highlight of this article being Halo 4's 10th anniversary, we'll discover that the Didact is still alive, learn about the origins of Fireteam Shadow, expand on the reparations that humanity faced after their war with the Forerunners, and so much more. Strap in, because there's plenty of Halo lore coming your way. If you had the opportunity to tune in during the Canon Fodder Live 2022 recap stream, you'll know that some of Halo's finest lore historians gathered together to share some of their favorite Halo lore. Those people being Alex Wakeford, Jeff Easterling, and Jeremy Potnod, who were also joined by special community guest Hidden Xperia. Alongside their favorite lore, these guys expressed the importance of Halo fans exploring the expanded universe, as it helps give better understanding and some substance to the events happening outside the games, or even sometimes during them. Honestly, I really agree with that sentiment because there's not always enough time for lore to be established in the games, and besides the in-game terminals that we've gotten a lot of world building from, expanded media like the graphic novels and the books really help flesh things out too. And speaking of the books, at the end of the stream we also got the announcement that the Didact will finally be returning in Halo Epitaph. Now, with this announcement, it is confirmed that the story will be following the events of the Halo Escalation comic arc the next 72 hours. Besides that, there really is not much known about the novel yet, as there is no announced release date, official cover art, or actually like a written description, but Alex has assured us that more is to come. Given that November has marked the 10th anniversary for Halo 4, this is an important time for 343, as Halo 4 was really their first standalone title in the Halo franchise. In remembering this, Alex has shared 2 videos for the fans of the game to reminisce over the art shift that we saw in the franchise and that sense of wonder that came with stepping foot on a Forerunner Shield world for the very first time. Firstly, showcasing the animated 2012 concept trailer, which aimed to establish the visuals and the mood for the game, and secondly, Return to Requiem, which acts as an ode to the game's stunning visuals and key moments from the campaign, which is accompanied by Neil Davidge's track, Legacy, with vocals by Claire Tchaikovsky. Here we get to see the initial concept and then contrast it with the actual final product. Additionally, a retrospective blog has also been made featuring several of the key production members who worked on the game, highlighting their contributions and roles in developing the game. Since the debut of the Halo Infinite campaign, we've been introduced to a number of Spartans who were fighting to destabilize the Banished presence on Zeta Halo. Some of these notable figures were Benita Stone, Ina Kovan, and a handful of others. But these 2 Spartans have been a part of the Halo mythos for much longer than you might think. These highly skilled Spartans have operated in the background of the Halo games, first having been introduced in a promotional website launched during E3 2012. The site contained information regarding Halo 4's weapons, vehicles, characters, and the setting of the game. Alongside this, a 10-minute audio log was also featured, highlighting Fireteam Shadow's whereabouts after the Infinity fell to Requiem's surface. The team would operate together up until the Banished's assault on the Infinity, with the team comprised of 4 members: Horatio Fry, aka Shadow 1 or Shadow Leader, Nina Kovan, Shadow 2, Benita Stone, Shadow 3, and lastly, Jason Kidman, Shadow 4. Long before the team would be separated, however, they would make their first in-game appearance in the background of the Halo 4 Spartan Ops mission, Everything Has Gone Wrong, executing Operation Vertical Umbrage. In this mission, Fireteam Crimson was tasked with the protection of the science team at Requiem's refuge site, who were under threat from a group of Covenant zealots known as the Silent Blade. A Xanar pattern light cruiser, Panem's Canticle, hangs in the sky over the site and its surrounding jungles, and Fireteam Shadow are called upon to infiltrate the ship and destroy it from within. To put story to that event, 343 has released a new short story depicting these very events, following Fireteam Shadow as they assault the carrier and come face to face with its shipmaster, Rin Alun. The link for that article can be found in this video's description. In a similar fashion, Alex has also shared more concept art from Halo 4 focused on the Forerunner's subjugation of ancient humans and the events that took place on the planet of Cherim Hakor. Now, some fans might not be familiar with this art, but according to the article, if you watch very closely during the sequence where the Master Chief encounters the Librarian in Halo 4, you can actually get a glimpse of some of these images. And for the remainder of this section of the article, we're given an in-depth breakdown of these images and how they tied into the Sanctuarium's betrayal of humanity and the Forerunner's assault of Cherim Hakor, which left humanity broken and at their mercy. Pairing this with quotes from the pages of the Forerunner saga, which I highly recommend you taking the time to read or at least listen to, especially given the recent passing of their legendary author, Greg Bear. Greg truly set the stage for the Forerunners, giving them a wide range of characters and a voice and personality outside of what we saw and knew in the games. And it was all around just a fantastic series of books, and honestly, Greg is just a fantastic writer, so I sincerely offer my condolences to his family, and again, I highly encourage each of you to take some time and read or even listen to any of his work. With the initial release of the Winter Update, we received a number of new features such as Forge, Covert Ops, and access to previously vaulted Mark V armor pieces. However, we also received 2 new multiplayer maps made entirely utilizing Forge. This part of the article is the 4th entry for map-related lore for Halo Infinite, with previous entries having taken place in issues 122, 127, and 133, covering all of the maps set in Halo Infinite's sandbox. So, starting with Argyle, set adrift on an unknown course, the vessel known as the UNSC Argyle Gift is what is best described as a prototype for aerospace architecture. The layout of the ship is a result of defense contractors in the industry expanding their use of military simulation software, leveraging use of robust scenario geometry engines, allowing them to rapidly prototype full-scale ship designs and refit upgrades. Something that the eventual crew of the Argyle Gift will no doubt appreciate. And with detachment, tucked away on an undesignated world, the once dormant R9 Schultz complex has begun to return back to life. With new threats emerging as others subside, it is becoming more and more apparent that once dormant UNSC facilities such as this need return to operations once again. The halls of this facility are now once more teeming with activity and ingenuity, giving renewed purpose to those who work towards a better tomorrow. One of the many additions to Season 2's offerings was the release of intel logs that follow a narrative adjacent to the Lone Wolf story that we see unfolding in-game. These logs refer to conversations about the banished AI Iritus, as well as the history and actions of Spartan Hugh Din and Sigrid Eklund. This, of course, is an ongoing story with more intel slated for release in the coming months. If you're someone who hasn't had the chance to read any of the previous entries, I have to add that one major highlight from the most recent intel drop confirms that June survived the destruction of Laconia Station, which we understand was destroyed by its AI, Leonidas, as was recounted in Halo Infinite's campaign. I'm personally looking forward to more of this world building, and as Alex teases at the end of the article, there will be more info like this surfacing in the coming months. And finishing out the article with the Community Lore Corner, we've got more great submissions from our fellow content creators. Firstly, Installation 00 has created an hour-long video providing a deep dive into the Didact's backstory, bringing together everything we've learned about his character from the Forerunner saga, Halo 4, and other expanded media. So if you're looking for the quickest summary on the mountain of backstory behind this character, watching this video is highly suggested. While Halloween may have already came and passed, Halo Guy has reminded us of the horror element of the Halo franchise with a video aptly called How Rubicon Protocol Brought Horror Back to Halo. This Halloween special featured a reading of some of the book's most horrifying scenes from the perspective of several characters during their fight for survival day to day against the banished forces on Zeta Halo. And lastly, my own Mona Lisa film summary made its way into the lineup. The video acts as a breakdown summary of the fan-favorite short story from Halo Evolution's The Mona Lisa. I've received a lot of love for this video since it was featured, and I am looking forward to covering more of the animated media for you guys in the future, so stay tuned for more. Links to everyone's videos as well as any other reference content from today's Canon Fodder can actually be found in the video's description. And just like that, that'll do it for today's Canon Fodder issue 134, Forward Unto Dawn. Sorry that this one took longer than usual, but gaming in the holidays have definitely kept me busy. I'm sure you all know how it goes. As always, please feel free to drop a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you want to see more Canon Fodder summaries, lore shorts, and more. And please don't forget to leave a comment and suggest what character or Halo lore I should cover in a future video. But that's all for now. I will see you in the next one.